So still on this issue of backsliding, right? If there is anything like backsliding for a believer, it will mean when that believer begins to think that what he did in the flesh has power to destroy what Jesus did in the spirit. Okay? When you look at the book of Galatians chapter 5 and verse 4, it says, you who are trying to be justified by the law, you have fallen or you have been alienated. You have been severed from Christ. That happens in your consciousness. And then you have fallen away from grace. So when you begin to think, because of what I did, God has left me. Because of what I didn't do, God is no longer with me. You know what you're doing? You are exalting that your act above the act of God. You are exalting that your works above the grace of God. And the moment you begin to exalt flesh above spirit, you have fallen away. That is why you can say someone has backsliding. Okay? If there is anything like backsliding, this is the context he must fall in. Because a son of God is justified by faith. But when you begin to believe that your justification is no longer by faith, it's not by what you're doing, by keeping a set of laws, set of rules and regulations, thinking that God will love you more because you did something. Look at the prodigal son. I mean, the one who was at home, not the one that left. That one says, Dad, I've been here. I've been serving you. I've been doing all these things with you, for you. Why didn't you give me even a young goat to celebrate with my friends? The father said, you've been here with me and all things are yours. So in the guy's mind, he was even thinking that maybe the father didn't like him because the father didn't give him anything for all he has been doing. Do you understand that? He has fallen from the consciousness of sonship. That's why he couldn't go further to go and take what belonged to him. Everything that was in that house was his own because his brother already took his part and left. But he couldn't approach and take because he was waiting for the father to applaud him for the things he was doing. And because he was waiting, he couldn't access. But the father didn't have a problem with him. But in his mind, he was alienated from the father. He was severed. He fell from grace. He didn't approach. He didn't think he deserved. He was depending on what he was doing. So you see, it is always when you think that you are better than your brother because of the things you do, you are the one who is a backslider. If a believer sees another believer who misbehaved, and in your mind you believe that because of his misbehavior, you stand a better chance before God than him, you are the backslider, not him. Because what he did cannot take him away from Jesus.